Ooh, the kindest thing I've ever been told.
Oh, the kindest thing anyone said to me. That's tough. That's tough. Wow.
So recently one of my patients told me or thanked me for wearing my scarf and being who I am. With the climate we're in, I think that was the sweetest things or the kindest thing that it made my day at the end of the day. So, you know, you always worry about what people think, and then him telling me, it just, you know, it actually meant a lot. So I was happy.
My father told me, and this isn't the only time he's told me, but there's this one specific time in 12th grade where he looked me just deep into the eyes and said, "Ethan, I'm proud of the man that you are, and I love you." And that was one of the kindest things that I've ever been told.
How did it make you feel?
Loved, worthy, enough.
Well, I work with special needs kids, and one of the mothers one day told me that I was part of the family because her child actually learned how to say my name, and it was one of the 5 words that you can say. And I think that hit home with a lot of chords that I became part of the family. So it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like the world was better, brighter after that. So.
Oddly enough, when I told a friend of mine that my second brother had just passed away, instead of saying, "Oh, well, at least he's not suffering," and all of that, she just stopped and looked at me in the face and said, "F***." And that was it. It just meant so much to me because she didn't try to candy coat it, and it was just true emotion of, wow, that must really hurt. So it was beautiful.
Probably on my birthday last week when my sister told me, "You're like a dad to me." So that made me feel like I was doing something right as a brother.
Somebody once told me that I reminded them of a lighthouse. I'm gonna just assume it didn't mean because I was 6 feet tall, but they were just saying like that I exuded light and that people were drawn to me just because I exuded light. And so being somebody that believes in God, I really just took that as a really big compliment because I want to be able to be a light for other people and shine that to the world around me. So I thought that was really kind.
Someone once told me I was the tortilla to their taco.
How did that make you feel?
Well, Mexicans love tacos, so if I'm the tortilla to someone's taco, that's a pretty big deal.
I love when people tell me that I have a beautiful smile, or just that their smile makes or my smile makes their day. Because it makes me want to keep smiling, and it makes me feel really good.
I can't really remember the specific words, but it was the moment I came out to my mother, and it was like one of the moments where I truly felt that there was absolutely nothing I could be doing wrong, and just with her words and with her space made me feel, I was just, I didn't have to be anything, anyone, I could just be unapologetically, and she gave me that first feeling of that space, and I think that's one of the kindest things that anyone's ever done for me.
I'm proud of you.
Who said it?
My mother. Made me feel special, big, humongous. She's seen me come a long way from where I've been in the past, and just seeing the many steps I've taken to better myself. And
whoever had a hand in raising me did a wonderful job.
How did it make you feel?
Amazing. Made me very happy.
Why do you think you chose that from the ones you were thinking of?
Probably because I'm with my mom right now.
Oh, that's your mom?
Yeah.
The kindest thing I've been told is people say that they can see the connection and bond between me and my son and the strong love for each other.
So a long time ago, I was coaching baseball for roughly 10 years, and I remember one season in particular, I had a father-son come up to me. The boy had never played ball before, and we went from wearing the glove on the wrong hand all the way to an all-star baseball player in the span of one season. And it was after that season the father had come up to me, and in so many words, I don't remember the exact quote, in so many words he had said, you know, you've really changed my son's life and you've given him a lot of direction and excitement. And it just made me feel good, you know, as a small gesture towards that boy and his family, you know, to give a kid a lot of purpose, you know, and focus. So now he's got a full ride. He went all the way with baseball. He's got a full ride scholarship to a really nice school in Nashville, Tennessee. So he's doing great. I think that's one of the kindest things that somebody's told me before.
So the kindest thing I've ever been told is thank you. A patient of mine came back a couple months after having her baby and thanked me for delivering her baby. She went out of her way to do it, and I was having a bad day at work, and it really made my day. And she went out of her way to thank me. My job is really hard, and I sacrificed a lot to do what I do, and a lot of times it's a lot of stress and not very many thanks. And really, the thank yous are really what makes me get through my day, and really actually makes my job worthwhile.
And what's the kindest thing you've been told?
That Hannah is a serotonin fairy.
And that's your daughter?
Yes, my 27-year-old special needs daughter, yes.
One time my friend told me that when he makes new friends, I'm his standard of friendship. That he looks for people who make him feel as good.
It would probably be you have a good heart. Makes you feel like I'm doing something right.
The kindest thing that someone's ever told me is that I am the perfect combination of both my mom and my dad.
So I met somebody that I'd worked with many years ago. I was walking down the street and bumped into them, and they saw me and they ran up to me and hugged me and screamed and smiled and said, "Oh, how are you? How are you doing? It's really good to see you. And you're amazing, and you did something that changed my life." And that was great, it was fantastic, it made me feel good, but I couldn't actually remember what it was I did. So I'm glad that I was able to help somebody, but slightly unhappy that I didn't remember the issue or the event.
It was English teacher, actually. She was from Canada, and she said that I'm very persistent person, so that stick on my mind, and everything that I do is with that in mind. I'm very persistent.
Recently, my mom told me to forgive myself. Lately, I've been really being hard on myself for mistakes I might have made when I didn't know a better way.
How did it make you feel when she first told you that?
Like somebody saw me.
When someone has said that, like, of course I'd be upset about something, when they're validating my feelings, like, instead of talking me out of what I'm feeling or trying to fix it, like, they'd say, like, of course you're upset about that, of course you would be.
That I have the most beautiful son ever.
Why do you think that one sticks out to you?
Because he's like a part of me. You know, it's like my second arm, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I only got one when I'm not around him.
I've been told that I'm very resilient and that I can get through a lot of things. I didn't have the best childhood, but I think I've overcome a lot of things, and whenever I get down or fearful, I always keep in mind those people that have always helped me and been there for me. I had an abusive father, wasn't a great guy, and I think a lot of people unfortunately go through those childhood.
I have a best friend that I grew up with, my best friend in the whole world, and he went on to become a commercial airline pilot and very successful in the Army. I called him up to congratulate him, and the nicest thing anyone said to me is what he said, which is, he said, "It's all because of you." And I said, "Well, where did I work into this?" And he said, "You were an example to me to get into sports and to be competitive." And it made me feel so good that I had no idea that I had even had an impact on him, let alone he looked at me as the tribute to his success.
Well, now that I recollect, you know, I can't think of any. I think most people these days don't take time out to say kind words to each other. I think we need to spend more time saying kind things to each other, you know, and I think that's what's lacking in the world today.